Prayer beads were very, very important to me at a certain time in my life when I was making a lot of changes and I needed to find the courage to bring down from spirit the different qualities that I could use to go forward. At the same time, I was discovering stones, and stones were also very important to me because they held in place the different types of consciousness that I needed in order to grow. From that personal need, I began exploring the most significant energetic way that I could create something to work with and keep with me during the day. That turned out to be a variation on the ancient classic form of prayer beads. Now, I was using prayer beads differently. I was using prayer beads in the ancient way of bringing down energy to work with on earth. It wasn't any particular religious affiliation, although you could use it for that. It was to bring down cosmic qualities for us to use. I'd like to share some of this information with you here today. In the years since I began, I formed a company, Crystal Life. The sole purpose of that company is to bring energetic information and products that are useful to people in our contemporary world. We're going back behind religion into the area of spirit where we all came from, that we all need to find a way to go back to. Prayer beads are a vehicle by which you can travel from the physical world into the world of spirit and energy. Now, how can you use those? We have created 30 different varieties of gemstone beads, and for many years we had the largest collection anywhere in the world of gemstone variations. Every single one of these prayer beads has a different quality and a different function. That is, we married the form of the prayer bead with the quality of the gemstone so that you could have love, compassion, courage. Whatever you needed, the prayer beads would be another tool for you to achieve your goal. I was working on the principle that in order to successfully connect from the physical into the world of spirit and energy, you needed, say, 100 points. And all I needed to do was get that 100 points somehow to make that transition. So it could be cleaning up my food, doing exercise, having good action, good work, but it also involved the method by which I was going to travel this route. I chose sacred geometry, sacred number, and gemstones. Now, in exploring how many beads people used for this exercise, I discovered that the classic prayer bead is 108 beads. The Vedic mathematicians determined that the core number of the universe was 108. So if you want to connect to the core of the universe, then adding in the benefit of numbers helps. Now, other traditions have other numbers, and if you're following those, you might want to use the Islamic 99 for the 99 names of God, the 50 or 100 Christian count, and then there's the pagan and the Kabbalistic and people following other traditions. Each of these numbers has a specific energy that these people are seeking to connect to. I also discovered that there is a specific construction to prayer beads that has a very important meaning. Prayer beads are strung and either knotted or unknotted between the beads, but they always have at the end what's called a guide bead, a meru bead, a guru bead, and sometimes people will substitute for this an image of Christ or Buddha or Mary. But this bead is protecting you and protecting the prayer that you put in here. And then beneath that bead, anything not of use in the prayer beads is released through this tassel. It's broken up and harmlessly released into the universe. In ancient times, when people wanted to focus on a quality, they didn't have all the tools we have, and they just take a pile of pebbles or stones, this is turquoise, and they'd count a prayer and move it from one pile to the other. As time went by and we learned how to put a hole in seeds that were soft, people strung them on seeds. This is Rudraksha seed. That's a medicinally balancing seed. Comes out of India, and it's sacred to Lord Shiva, who is the god of the comings and goings of the universe. A little bit later, they were able to shape pieces of wood into beads. This is sandalwood, a very high energy wood that comes out of India. And these, you have to admire how much work goes into creating each one of these beautiful stone beads. They have to take a raw piece of stone, cut it first into a block, and then shape it into a perfectly round circle, which is emitting energy in 360 different dimensions, and then put a hole in it using a diamond-coated drill. So a lot of work goes into this fine piece of prayer material. At Crystal Life, our own people are using 100% silk. Silk is the best conductor for gemstone energy. And we knot between each bead so that you have space for counting your prayer. In today's fast-paced secular society, we often like to do a quick round of beads and not have everybody see that we're counting. So we'll use the informal process of meditation bracelets or inspiration bracelets. In this case, you still have the guru bead and you have a little tassel here, and you have an informal count of whatever fits on your wrist. You place a prayer on each bead, and then you wear it through the day. We also have inspiration bracelets, and those are usually have a focal piece, such as here it's a Buddha, and here it's a green man for people who want to connect to nature. So you put your affirmation on that, and then you put them on and you wear them throughout your day. And that brings in the different frequencies. Here I have hematite for protection, and I have blue lace agate that helps me connect to my spirit guides. So you can wear throughout your day different frequencies, and each morning when you get up, you decide which frequency you want to use and which one you're going to do your affirmations on that day. This is how you count with prayer beads. This is the easiest and the classic way to do it. You start with the strand going over your middle finger, and you rotate with your index finger and your thumb. And you go Om, 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 Om. You repeat on each bead the affirmation you want to work with that day. When you get around to the other side, you've either ended your cycle or you can rotate back. But if you do rotate back, go back by turning around and going back the way you came. It's considered impolite to step over the guru or the guide bead. Now, what do you do when you have finished your count? Well, I like to personally wear my beads, and I will wear them outside. Some people prefer to wear them inside their shirt. This reminds me throughout the day of what I am focusing on, and I know it's protecting that energy and work I did early in the morning. Some people prefer to keep their prayer beads in a special little bag that they'll carry with them, either in their pocket or their purse. Others like to leave their prayer beads at home on their shrine or by their bed. All the ways are equally good. Again, those who want to carry their prayer beads with them inconspicuously will often put the prayer into these bracelets and then wear them. Lastly, when you're ready to change your affirmation, you've done all the work that you wanted to do right now on, say, peace, and you needed to have courage. What you want to do is clear the energy of your previous prayer out of the beads so that you can move forward. The other thing you could do, and why we have 30 different prayer beads, is that you can designate different prayer beads to different frequencies and just keep building on that frequency, using them to pray for peace. This is bloodstone, so you'd be doing courage here. And then when you need it that morning, you look and see which prayer beads you want to use for that day. But if you want to change it inside the same beads, remember in a previous video we explained how you have chakras in the palms of your hands. So you take your two palms and you bring them down and you visualize that energy clearing out the last affirmation so that it's ready to be used for a new one. You could also use incense, and you visualize the herbal incense clearing the frequencies out of the prayer beads. Well, I wanted to share with you a very significant way that I found for myself to make spiritual progress. If you'd like more information on how to work in a practical way with energy and energy tools and energy products, please visit us on YouTube. We also have a very extensive library and audio and video file at our website, crystallife.com. We have thousands of different kinds of products that can help you. And if you happen to be somewhere near Geneva, Illinois, do come visit us at our store. We'd love to meet you.